Friends. So today we are going to discuss about the next topic, sources of homeopathic medicines. This is also a very important question in second prof BHMS. So last time we did sources of homeopathic materia medica. See, there is a difference between materia medica and the medicines. The sources of homeopathic materia medica, I have the YouTube video. You can check out that. So now we are going to discuss about the sources of homeopathic medicines, from which all sources the medicines have been taken. Okay, so let's start with the presentation. So first of all, homeopathic medicines originate from a vast range of natural or man-made sources such as plant kingdom, animal kingdom, mineral kingdom, nosodes, sarcodes, imponderabilia, synthetic source, aller source, and eye source. So homeopathic medicines has come from these old sources. We will discuss these sources one by one. Okay, so these can be natural, these can be man-made. So let's start. First of all, plant kingdom. 75% of homeopathic medicines. See, 75% of homeopathic medicines are from the plants, either from the parts or the whole plant. We will discuss. Now, what all are the parts? Roots, stems, leaves, flowers, fruits, seeds, berries. This can be used in the preparation of medicines. All types of plants, benign, poisonous, and carnivorous, have been used as homeopathic medicines. So, either they are poisonous or carnivorous, we can use in the homeopathic medicines. The basic issue of plant families is sensitivity and the reactivity. The person gets easily affected and describes it as something happening with him. See, from all the sources, plant kingdom is the source where the sensitivity is at the top of the level. Okay, we can patient can feel the sensitivity. Patient can feel the reactivity after taking the plant kingdom medicines. Okay, and the plant medicines which match with the patient's identity and the patient's symptoms. So the symptoms and the patient's identity all are the same, and the sensitivity is higher in these kinds of patients. Clear? So examples are whole plants. First of all, with roots. If whole plant with roots, then aconite napellus. Our aconite napellus is prepared from the whole plants with roots, as same for the pulsatilla, and without roots, Ocimum centum. Clear? Then roots is brownia, stem is for Gelsemium, stem is also for Alemsippa, leaves Rustrox, flowers Calendula, fruits Colocynth, seed Nux vomica, bark for Cinchona, extractions of Allosacotrina, cryptogamia for Lycopodium, alkaloids from Cinchona, Gelsemium, glycosides from Colocynth. So these are the examples. You need not to cram all these things. You just remember five or six examples which can be remembered easily. Okay, so these are well to known medicines. Then animal kingdom. Some homeopathic medicines are derived from certain animal products. Animal products such as snake poison, spider poison are used in the extremely minute drops to prepare homeopathic medicines. See, when sometimes patient says like your medicine is made from snake poison, I will not going to take it. But make him understand that these are very, very minute drops, and we have potentized these medicines so that there is nothing left behind. There is nothing particulars in the medicines. All there is potentized medicines. Clear? The main theme of the animal remedies is the issue of survival. In humans, regarding survival, we hear these themes: competition, high and low, strong and weak. So we know animals have the competitions with each other. There is high and low position, strong and weak strength in the animals. So likewise, it is there in the Patient will also think about competition, high and low. The this uh, sensitivity was in the plant kingdom, and their competition is same as in patients as in the medicines. So you have to select the medicines thinking about these things. Okay. So now whole life living animals are Apis tarantula. Whole dried animals is Blatta, like cockroach and Canthris. Different parts secretions of animals: skeleton, spongia, juice of sepia and murex, shells for calcarea, hides for carboanimalis, extract for Euphorinum. Okay, then venoms, snake poison from Nasa and Lachesis, scorpion is from elegans, spider from Leptodactys, insect from Apium virus, milk and milk products, lichen and lac vaccinum. Okay, now the mineral kingdom. Approximately 20% of homeopathic medicines are prepared from minerals, elements, acids, or compounds. Individual minerals or their compounds are taken to prepare medicines. So 75% for the plant kingdom, okay, and the 20% from the mineral kingdom. Medicines are have come from, okay. Individual minerals or their compounds are taken to prepare medicines. Most of the minerals and metals are used as a source of medicines such as gold, silver, zinc, tin, iron, and so on. These minerals are used for preparing the homeopathic medicines. So you must remember these things, that our medicines have come from variant sources. You are not just stuck to the plant or the animal kingdom. They are the medicines which are prepared from the gold, silver, iron, and so on. Okay. The issues of mineral remedies or personalities arises from the lacking information, maintaining, losing, breaking of the structure. See, I'm repeating the same thing. When there is a sensitivity, we are thinking about the plant kingdom. Okay. When there is a competition, we are thinking about the animal kingdom. But when now the personalities of the patient are like maintaining, formation, lacking, breaking. So these kinds of personalities come from the mineral kingdom. So our medicines must be from the mineral kingdom. Okay. Then examples: natrum derived from the table salt, aurum metallicum from the gold, silicia or silica. Okay. Nosodes or biotherapeutic preparations. Then, what are the nosodes? Nosodes are homeopathic medicines prepared from morbid tissues or secretions, including blood, discharge, pus, or saliva. So, whenever there is a disease condition, if there is any ulcer, something is oozing out, like any blood or discharge or pus or even saliva, then homeopathic medicines are prepared from these things, like taking the blood as a your medicinal part, and we will potentize these things and prepare the medicines. So tuberculinum medicines, sorinum medicines, these are the examples of nosodes. So let's discuss the next line. The earliest experiments with nosodes were carried out by Constantine Hering between 1827 and 1833. So the earliest experiments was in the 1827 and 1833 by Constantine Hering. The first and most important indication is to prescribe nosode as a constitutional homeopathic remedy by comparing symptoms of patients with the proved symptoms in materia medica. An example of this would be the use of tuberculinum bovinum. See, the first and most important indication is to prescribe Nasod as a constitutional homeopathic remedy by comparing the symptoms with the proved symptoms. We are comparing the symptoms of the patient with the symptoms of the materia medica, and we are uh, selecting the a constitutional homeopathic remedy. Like patient's constitution is about the discharges of the things, so we are patient's constitution is about the cough, a long productive cough, a very uh, any kind of cough, but it's there from the since childhood. So we'll select the tuberculinum bovinum. Then microbes, bacteria, viruses are also used to prepare nosodes. Then homeopathic advocated the therapeutic use of minuscule amounts of microorganisms long before the introduction of vaccines. So vaccines, in vaccines we use minute microorganisms, live attenuated microorganisms, but homeopathy has come before the discovery of vaccines. So uh, they are also used as homeopathic prophylaxis. Clear? Now classification of nosodes. The basic nosodes are Sorinum, Bacillinum. Exanthem nosodes are Vaccinum and Diphtherium. Isopathic are Pneumococcinum, Malaria officinalis. So, I tell you the one case which came to me. It was a case of old pneumonia, childhood pneumonia, and I gave her a dose of pneumococcinum 1 m. So she responded very well to that medicine. So the next, after that, all other medicines gone, but pneumococcinum was the one to start with the. Okay, then autogenous nosodes are secretions from the pathological tissues or organs of the patient himself for the treatment. So, if a patient has its own disease and we are preparing that medicine from the patient's secretions, we are not getting it from the market, we are not getting this medicine from the outside, but we are potenticizing the medicines from the patient's own discharges. Clear? Then intestinal nosodes. Dr. Bach and Dr. Wheeler, Bach nosodes or bowel nosodes are Bacillus proteus, Bacillus morgan. Okay, examples Diphtherium, Pyrogenum, Agaricus. So these are the examples. Okay. Then the sarcodes. Now nosodes were the secretions from the unhealthy tissues. Okay, and but sarcodes are the secretions from the healthy parts. Like we know, thyroid gland discharge thyroid hormones, pituitary glands discharge hormones, and our ovaries discharge hormones. Okay, so these are the healthy discharges from the body parts. So these come under sarcodes. So examples are from whole endocrine glands, thyroidinum; from healthy secretions, adrenalinum; from normal secretions of animals or humans are leccan. So these are the medicines that are available in the market. We don't think that these there might be no medicine in the market, but there are the medicines in the market, and doctors use these medicines. So these are the sarcos. From products of animal glands or tissues like Feltori from fresh bile of oaks. Others are fibrinum from fibrin, lymphaticus from lymph vessels. So these are the sarcodes. Sarcodes are the groups of drugs which were added to the homeopathic materia medica in 1830. So they were added in the 1830. Now imponderabilia. Certain energy. So you can see the picture, the sun. Our medicines are prepared from the energy of the sun, energy of the moon, energy of the magnet, X-ray. So these are the imponderabilias. Certain energy sources such as magnetism, X-ray, radiation, etc. are also used to prepare homeopathic medicines. So see how vast is homeopathic medicines. There is no comparison of homeopathic from the other pathies. Homeopathy is at another level. Natural source is from like Luna. Luna is moon's rays. Sol is sun's rays. Man-made sources are X-ray, electricitus. Like atmospheric or static electricity, the medicine is prepared. Okay. Now synthetic sources. Synthetic sources or totopathy are compounds that have been found a place in allopathic system of medicines. See, we have prepared medicines from number of the sources. Now we are preparing the medicines from allopathy. So see how vast is homeopathy. Like if there is aspirin in the allopathy, we are preparing the medicine from aspirin. We are potentizing the aspirin. We are using the medicine dopamine, penicillin. So these are the synthetic sources which has come from the allopathic system. Okay, synthetic systems sources or tautopathy are compounds that have found a place in allopathic system of medicines, are potentized, proved on healthy provers, and administered on the similia principle. We have taken these allopathy medicines, we have potentized these medicines, we have proved these medicines on healthy provers, and then we have also administered the medicines on the patients on the similia principle. Clear? So tautopathy is indirect homeopathy. Examples are aspirin, dopamine, and penicillin. So these are the synthetic sources. Now, homeopathy had discovered two new sources, Allersodes and Isodes. Allersodes are the homeopathic drops that minutely stimulate the immune system. They are prepared from routine allergens whose presence in environment in the food chain cause problems to the people. So if, yeah, like you can understand this term, this thing from the allergy things. Like you can see the pollens on the left side on your video, and these are the pollens which are causing the allergy to the patients. So medicines are prepared from the pollen grains, and you can use these medicines for the allergical diseases, allergical problems. Okay, so next is isodes. Isodes are homeopathic medicines prepared from plant, animal, or chemical substances, including drugs which have been ingested or absorbed by the body and are believed to have produced a disease which interferes with the homeostasis. Iso means same. So remember this source by the term homeostasis. This medicine is creating the homeostasis back to the normal. Clear? These are homeopathic medicines prepared from plant, animal, or chemical substances, including drugs which have been ingested by the body. Like if you have ingested any medicine which has caused the problem in your body, so it may have interfere with the homeostasis. So either medicine is prepared from plant, animal, or chemical. We are using these medicines for the bringing back the homeostasis of the body. So these are also called detoxodes. We are detoxifying the body with the help of these medicines. Clear? All the above mentioned sources may appear to be harmful, but they are not, because there is nothing left behind after the potentization at the particular level. Okay, the unique process of homeopathic drug preparation eliminates the toxicity and makes the medicine safer for the use. That's why we say homeopathy medicines are safer and there are no side effects. But this is the myth. There are the side effects. So one has to take the medicines from uh, the one-to-one consultation basis. Okay, so this was all about homeopathic medicine sources. Hope you like this video. If you like, please give a thumbs up to this video, and uh, keep in touch. Subscribe to my channel. We'll meet in the next video. Thank you so much.